Good morning, students. Today we are going to study Unit 4. Let's go shopping. Much and many, some, any, a few, a little, a lot of, and articles. Grammar spot. Can we count milk? One milk, two milks. Can we count eggs? One egg, two eggs. When do we say how much and when do we say how many? So here you can, the book is asking you if we can count one milk or two milks or one egg and two eggs, and when do we say how much and when do we say how many. Complete the sentence with some or any. The first one, as you know, some is used in positive sentences and any is used in negative sentences. Number one, have you got brothers or sisters? Any in negative sentences and questions. So, have you got any brothers or sisters? Have you got any brothers or sisters? We don't need any olive oil because this sentence is negative. We used any and we used any here because this sentence is a question. Here are some letters for you. It is a positive sentence. Here are some letters for you. I need some money. Is there any petrol in the car? So complete the sentences with much or many. تعرفون الماني نستخدمها للمعدود والماتش لغير المعدود. Have you got much homework؟ يعني الهومورك ما ينعد فنستخدم للماتش. Have you got much homework؟ We don't need many eggs لأن هنا ال eggs are countable. We don't need many eggs, just half a dozen. Is there much traffic in your city? Because traffic is uncountable. I don't know many students in this class. Many is countable. Students is countable, so we use many. How many people live in your house? How many people live in your house? Complete the sentence with a little, a few, and or a lot of. Just for your notice, we use a few with countable nouns and a little with uncountable nouns. And we use a lot or lots of with both the countable and uncountable nouns. And also a lot and lots of can be used in questions and negatives. So complete the sentence with a little, a few, or a lot of. Number one, I have a few close friends, 2 or 3. Because as I said, we use a few with countable nouns. He has, you can say a lot of or lots of money. He's a millionaire. Do you take sugar in coffee? Just a little, just a little. Have a spoon. Have a spoonful. Have a spoonful. Have you got a lot of CDs? Hundreds. And you can say lots of also. Have you got a lot of CDs? Hundreds. I'll be ready in a few minutes. I'll be ready in a few minutes. As I said, we use a few with countable nouns and a little with uncountable nouns. Number 6, she speaks good French but only a little Arabic, because Arabic is an uncountable noun, so we used a little. Markets around the world. That is the reading of Unit 4. Modern shopping centers with their global brands and international designer names look the same all over the world. So if you want to buy goods that are different, visit a market. There you can buy fine products made and grown locally. The floating markets of Bangkok. Floating يعني الطائفة، طوفان. Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, is a city of contrasts. Contrasts يعني تناقضات. The tall glass buildings look like any other modern city, but behind them is a place where life hasn't changed for over 100 years. The canals. The canals يعني القنوات. Built in 1866 by the King of Thailand, these canals are home to many Thai people who still live and work there today. Thai هنا يعني الnationality of Thailand يعني عن الأشخاص Thai people. الجنسية جنسية التايلانديين هي Thai. There are 4 floating markets around Bangkok. The oldest and most popular is in the town of Daminon Saduk. This market opens every day from 6:30 a.m. It's best to shop early and go by water taxi. After 9 a.m. the tourist buses arrive and it's much too busy. It's a colorful, noisy, fascinating place. Old ladies with huge hats sit in small boats filled with tropical fruit and vegetables. Tropical يعني استوائي. Fresh coconut juice and local food. Did you miss your breakfast? Then just call a seller for a bowl of hot soup. He'll get it from a cooker at the back of his boat. But the boats don't just sell food. Would you like a traditional hat, a silk dress, a flowered shirt? Then just call and point. After the noise and excitement of the market, continue along the canal. Soon you'll see the wooden houses or orchards يعني البساتين, and floating flowers of the canal villages. It's a lovely, peaceful way to finish your trip. The Souks of Marrakesh. Marrakesh in Morocco looks like a Hollywood film set. It's a city of ancient sand-colored buildings and palm trees in the middle of the desert. Palm trees يعني النخيل. In the center is the main square Jima el-Fena. Here you can see dancing snakes and drink Moroccan coffee. But behind the square is the real heart of the city. This is the souk, the Arabic word for market. Hundreds of little shops and stalls هنا يعني أكشاك, are open from early morning till lunchtime and again in the evening. The souk, with its narrow, busy streets, is divided into lots of smaller souks. There is the aromatic يعني العطري أو الفواح, spice souk, aromatic spice souk, spice يعني توابل. The noisy meat souk, the colorful clothing souk, the gold and silver souk, and many more. Finally, there is the carpet souk. Here, hundreds of handmade Moroccan rugs. Handmade يعني شغل يدوي. rugs يعني rugs الجمع مال rug اللي هي البساط, فهنا مجموعة الجمع يعني البسط. And carpets السجاد. Cover the pavements. Pavements يعني means الرصيف أو الأرصفة جمع. No two rugs are the same. In Mr. Yusuf's rug shop, he invites you to sit down among the beautiful carpets. A silver teapot يعني القوري, arrives with little glasses, and Mr. Yusuf talks about the different rugs while his assistants يعني المساعدين roll them out one by one. roll them يعني يدحرجها يعني يفتحها حتى يشوفها للشخص المشتري. roll them out one by one. 2 hours later, after many glasses of traditional mint يعني نعناع, mint tea and lots of bargaining يعني مساومة, you finally choose your rug and leave much poorer. Then it's time to return to the main square to watch the snakes and count your money. Here we have the grammar reference of unit 4. Expressions of quantity. تعرفون ال expressions of quantity هسه راح نجي عليها مثلا a few, a little. قبل شوية أخذنا السلايد much, many, lots, a lot of. First of all, count and uncount nouns. It is important to understand the difference between count and uncount nouns. The countable nouns اللي هي a cup, a girl, an apple, an egg, a pound. uncountable nouns water, sugar, milk, music, money. countable nouns يعني الأسماء التي تعد, uncountable يعني الأسماء الغير معدودة. We can say 3 cups, 2 girls, 10 pounds. We can count them. We cannot say 2 waters, 3 musics, 1 money. We cannot count them. Count nouns يعني countable nouns can be singular or plural يعني الأسماء المعدودة يا أما تأتي مفردة أو جمع. This cup is full. These cups are empty. فهنا إجا الcup singular and here plural. Uncountable nouns can only be singular لكن الأسماء الغير معدودة فقط تأتي في حالة المفرد. For example, the water is cold. The weather was terrible. So the uncountable noun water and weather here comes in this sentence as singular because uncountable nouns can only be singular. Much and many. We use much with uncountable nouns in questions and negatives. فإذا المش نستخدمها مع الأسماء الغير معدودة في صيغة السؤال والنفي. How much money have you got؟ هنا صيغة السؤال واستخدمناه ويا ال uncountable noun. There isn't much milk left. هنا بالنفي and with the uncountable noun milk. We use many with countable nouns in questions and negatives. So many is used as much with questions and negatives, but it is used with countable nouns. How many people were at the meeting? Here people is a countable noun. I didn't take many photos on holiday. So photos here is a countable noun, and here we used many in question, and here we used it in the negative sentence. In a negative sentence. Some and any. Some is used in positive sentences. For example, I'd like some sugar. Any is used in questions and negatives. Is there any sugar in this tea? Have you got any brothers and sisters? We don't have any washing up liquid. I didn't buy any apples. We use some also as in positive sentence. We use it in questions that are requests or offers. So some is used in positive sentences and also in questions that are requests or offers. يعني ال questions اللي بيها طلب وعرض. لكن طلاب احنا من نستخدمها بالquestion أكثر شيء نستخدمها when we know the answer is yes in requests or offers. For example, can I have some cake؟ يعني السائل الشخص اللي دا يسأل متوقع أنه الإجابة is yes. Would you like some tea? The rules are the same for the compounds. هاي compounds. Someone, anything, anybody, somewhere. ليش compounds؟ لأن some with another word. Any with another word. I've got something for you. Hello, is anybody here? There isn't anywhere to go in my town. So the rules are the same for the compounds, someone, anything, anybody, and somewhere, etc. A few and a little. As I said before, we use a few with countable nouns. For example, There are a few cigarettes left, but not many. Here, cigarettes is an countable noun. We use a little with uncountable nouns. For example, can you give me a little help? Here, the word help is an uncountable noun, so we used a little with it. A lot and lots of. We use a lot or lots of with both countable and uncountable nouns. هذا الفرق بين a lot و lots of ويا a few and a little. A few قلنا with countable nouns and a little comes with uncountable nouns, but a lot and lots of come with both countable and uncountable nouns. There is a lot of butter. Here we used a lot of with the uncount noun butter. I've got lots of friends. We use lots of with countable noun. A lot, lots of can be used in questions and negatives. For example, are there lots of tourists in your country? Here we used it lots of with a question. There isn't a lot of butter, but there is enough. Here we used a lot of with a negative sentence. Articles, a and the. The indefinite article, هاي يسموها indefinite, a or an, is used with singular countable nouns to refer to a thing or an idea for the first time. So we use the indefinite article a or an when we refer to a thing or an idea for the first time with the singular and countable nouns. For example, we have a Toyota and a BMW. Here we are referring to an idea for the first time that we have a Toyota and a BMW. There is a supermarket in Adam Street. So here we are referring for the first time to this supermarket, which is in Adam Street. The definite article the is used with singular and plural, countable and uncountable nouns when both the speaker and the listener know the thing or idea already. That is the difference between the indefinite and definite article. As I said, the indefinite article with singular countable nouns and an idea that we are referring or a thing for the first time. But the definite article there is used with singular and plural, both countable and uncountable nouns, also both. When the speaker and the listener, both of them, know the thing or the idea already. يعني نستخدم the من أنه المتكلم والمستمع يعرف الشيء أو الفكرة مسبقا, not as a or an. For example, we have a Toyota and a BMW. هاي مثل هاي الجملة. هنا احنا ذكرناها لأن احنا ما نعرف إن هاي الفكرة إنه that we have a Toyota and a BMW or somebody has a Toyota and a BMW. But I drive the Toyota and my wife drives the BMW. بالجملة الأولى احنا بينا الفكرة للمرة الأولى. لكن بالجملة الثانية استخدمنا indefinite article a هنا. لكن بالجملة الثانية بما انه احنا انطينا الفكرة هنا استخدمنا the Toyota لانه we know the idea already مثل ما ذكرنا هنا. So the first sentence we do not know that somebody or this family has a Toyota and a BMW. But in the second sentence, because we refer to the idea, we use the definite article the. I drive the Toyota and my wife drives the BMW. I'm going to the supermarket. Do you want anything? Because we both know which supermarket. Here we use the indefinite article because we do not know the supermarket. We now know it for the first time. Where is the supermarket? A supermarket, we use the indefinite article because we do not know where is the supermarket, so it is in Adam Street. In Adam Street. But here we use the definite article there because we both know that the supermarket is in Adam Street. We already knew the idea before. Indefinite article اللي هي ال a or an. The indefinite article is used with professions مع المهن. I'm a teacher, she's an architect. With some expressions of quantity, we use the indefinite article with professions and with some expressions of quantity such as a pair of, a little, a couple of, a few. These are all expressions of quantity. In exclamations with what plus a countable noun, we use the indefinite article. In exclamations بالتعجب لكن أكو what plus count noun. What a lovely day. Here there is what and the uncountable the countable noun. What a pity. What a pity. Definite article اللي هي the definite article is used. Number 1, before seas, rivers, hotels, theaters, museums, and newspapers. The Atlantic, high seas, the British Museum, the Times, يعني name of a newspaper, the Reds. If there is only one of something, we use the definite article. إذا أكو شيء يعني فريد من نوعه, one of something. The sun, the queen, the government. With superlative adjectives, we use there with superlative adjectives also. He's the richest man. Here is a superlative adjective. Richest, so we use the definite article. He's the richest man in the world. Jane's the oldest. Here is the superlative adjective. Jane's the oldest in the class, so we use it before the superlative adjective. No article. When we do not use any article. شو وقت ما نستخدم أي article. There is no article. Number 1. Before plural and uncountable nouns when talking about things in general. We use it before قبل الجمع والأسماء الغير معدودة. When talking about things in general. عندما نتكلم على أشياء بصورة عامة. For example, I like potatoes. يعني متى هم نقول I like the potatoes or I like a potatoes. طبعا ما تصير لأنه مو مفرد البوتيتوز. There is no article before plural and uncountable nouns when we are talking in general. I like potatoes. Milk is good for you. That is talking in general. Number 2, before countries, towns, streets, languages, magazines, meals, airports, stations, and mountains. I had lunch with John. هواية يعني أسمع أخطاء يقولون I had the lunch or I had the breakfast. So, there is no article before countries, towns, streets, languages, magazines, meals, airports, stations, and mountains. مثل ما قلت لكم طلاب تصير أخطاء بالكلام. I had the breakfast with John or I had the lunch. So there is no article before meals. As I said before, I had lunch with John. I bought a newspaper at Heathrow Airport. Okay? Number 3, before some places and with some forms of transport. يعني هاي وسائط النقل يقصدون. Before some places قبل بعض الأماكن and with some forms of transport ومع وسائط النقل. For example, at home, in or to bed, at to work, at to school, or university, by bus, by plane, by car, by train, on foot. So there is no article before some places and some forms of transport يعني مع وسائط النقل. There is no article. She goes to work by bus. ما يصير نقول she goes to work by a bus. No, because there is no article with some forms of transport. She goes to work by bus. I was at home yesterday evening. I was at home yesterday evening. ما يصير نقول I was at a home or the home yesterday evening. So there is no article. Number 4, in exclamations with what plus an uncount noun. With exclamations with what and an uncountable, هنا uncountable noun. For example, what beautiful weather. يعني it is incorrect to say what beautiful a weather or what beautiful the weather because there is no article in exclamations. هنا exclamation mark. من تشوفون هاي يعني هاي جملة exclamation تعجب. So there is no article in exclamations with what موجودة what and an uncountable noun. What loud music. Here is the what and here music is the uncountable noun. In the not here in the phrase go home there is no article and no prepositions and no preposition sorry لأنه بعض الأخطاء يضيفون article ويضيفون preposition with the phrase go home. For example, I went home early. You can see there is no article and no preposition. It is incorrect to say I went to home. I went to home. هذا هنا preposition so it is incorrect. هاي الجملة خطأ. So with the phrase go home or went home يعني went home بالpast there is no article and no preposition. Thank you.